Hi guys, Natalie Willis here from the Baby Sleep Trainer. I get this question constantly, all the time, when families explore the possibility of sleep training. They say, how much is my baby gonna cry? Or how long is my baby gonna cry? This is a tough question to answer for all sorts of reasons. First of all, it implies in the question that there's only gonna be one period of time that the baby cries, that it's gonna be when they're put down and suddenly, however long it's gonna be, that's it, it's over, sleep training is done. That's not really how sleep training works. Sleep training, if you're gonna do it well and you're actually going to do it in a way that tries to reduce the amount of crying that your baby is going to do overall, we'll talk about that in just a second, should involve you training them how to fall asleep first for bedtime, and then immediately starting nap training the next day, which means there's gonna be a lot of times that your child is like, I'm not happy about having to do this by myself, and they're gonna express that frustration with crying, okay? So there might be several periods of time. Also, babies will sometimes cry intermittently, right? So it might not be a stretch of, an hour without stopping, but it might be off and on at some period for 70 or 80 minutes with a lot of pauses in between. So instead of thinking of how much or how long your baby is going to cry, a better way to go into a sleep training process is thinking, I'm really confident, hopefully you are, about the plan I'm using, the coach I'm working with, the online course that I'm using, whatever, and I'm going to commit to it, and I'm not going to set an arbitrary limit on how long my child gets to express their frustration before learning how to fall asleep. Okay? That's really, really, really a better way to think about it. If you've ever taught a child how to ride a two-wheel bike, or if you have this baby, you're probably gonna teach them one day. It's kind of like taking them out to a parking lot and saying, okay, Tommy, you have 20 feet in a straight line to learn how to ride this bike. And if you can't get it in 20 feet, I guess you're not gonna learn how to ride a bike. That's basically what you're saying if you're setting an arbitrary limit and saying, I'm comfortable with 30 minutes of crying, but no longer. Your baby's probably gonna hit that limit. And then what if they need 32 minutes? What if they need 37 minutes, right? Then if I had a crystal ball and I said, Tommy's actually gonna need to cry 37 minutes for his first stretch and then he'll fall asleep. And you had told me, well, my limit's 30, you'd probably be like, well, okay, I guess 37 is fine. Really what's panicking to parents is not that there's going to be some finite duration of crying, it's that they don't know how much crying there is going to be, and that is what's upsetting. But if you're going to be successful with sleep training, one of the things that you need to do is sort of give yourself over to the process. This is hopefully why you have a really good plan in place. Honestly, you have found some way to work with an expert, whether it's me or somebody else, but have someone or have a program or a course or something that you're doing so that you have questions, a place that you can ask questions, and also so you really just have a solid plan. Because you know what causes like a lot of crying? Like a lot of crying. Not having a good sleep training plan in place and just winging it and being like, okay, we're doing it, or like we're starting, or we don't really know what we're doing. If you don't want your baby to cry, don't just wing it. Make sure that you're really prepared. A well-prepared plan written by an expert or prepared by an expert is going to try to get that baby to sleep with the least amount of tears possible. So keep that in mind. Don't just go into it thinking that you'll be able to figure it out on your own, because that will probably cause a lot of crying, and that is not what anybody wants. So be sure to like this video and subscribe to my channel, and tune in for more content next time.